Alright guys, here we are, next guitar. So I didn't make this one. This is actually a $30 guitar that I bought off of a company that does imports from Asia. At the warehouse somewhere in Oakland Park. Bought it for 30 bucks. I actually got the complete set. So this is, I guess it was like a damaged shipping box. So it's everything was fine, but the box I guess was damaged. So that's how these people ended up getting a hold of it. So this is a Claxton, I think it's what it's called, guitar. There's no name branding on it, but this is a Stratocaster double humbucker. We got a whammy bar that we're going to put in a moment. It looks pretty cool. There's a little bit of a texture back here, but it might come off. Let's get her tuned up and see how she does, how she comes off out of the box. Currently on Amazon for $80. So before we continue, actually, let's go look at the goodies that came along with it. So we got an unnamed amp, GA20. I don't know if that means it's 20 watts or not. We'll test her out in a bit. It smells a little funky, but it actually has a nice texture to it. Came with its own strap, some picks. You can save that for later. Came with the capo. Some people love them, some people don't. I think it's a pretty cool tool to have. This is the cable that came with it. It's actually kind of nice. I think it's nice. It looks nice. Who knows how good it is, but looks nice. And then we got a cover. Cheap cover for it. And that's what it came with. Also came with Allen wrenches. Alright, so we're plugged in. We've adjusted the height. We actually didn't have to tweak the neck really that much. Funny, no, I couldn't get this to work. This Allen wrench might not fit it. By the way, didn't really need to do any adjusting to it. Intonated it. All that means is that we made micro adjustments to make sure that the exact measurements are there, so that the notes ring out true at each fret. Was not easy, especially this top string here. I had to slam it all the way as much as possible, but that's not uncommon, unfortunately. So we got this on basically like a Mesa Boogie replication. So it's what you typically would have heard late 90s, early 2000s hard metal rock. So we got we got it hooked up to the amp that came with it. Let's mic up this amp. Sorry for any noise you're gonna get because I'm using an active mic over here, but that should about do it there. Alright, so it's set to 0 right now. This is gonna be clean, so let's probably doesn't sound good. Oh, we got some bang from there. That's not ideal. Let's try to fix that later on. I'm just going to leave that in there because it's real. We're adjusting the treble. Put everything right in the middle. Oh, so this is clean. That was on drive before. sound bad like that at all. So after doing some thinking, trying to figure out if I wanted to mod it, how I was going to mod it. First things first, the strings are trash. They have to come off. That I got no problem. After playing it on a couple different amps, the pickups have kind of some weird tendency to do a couple things that I'm not too fond of. So we're going to swap those out. I'm going to see if I can get a nut and time switched out. And then I'm kind of thinking about changing these tuning pegs. I might have something that kind of can do a good job for that. I'll see. I think these might be fine. Other than that, I'm going to sand the back of the neck. There's also some indentations going on over here from where it had gotten some impact. I'm going to try to see if I can raise it up with some steam, sand it all out, and I'm going to oil up the neck. Hopefully it should give it a nice feel and a better look. But the next time you see this guitar, I'm going to be disassembling it and trying to make it even better. For $30, whatever it is I got it for, you can't ask for better, but I can make it better. So let's do that.
A couple fun things I think I noticed on this guitar. I'm going to take a deep dive into.
And what do I have in here? Got a green cap for tone. And they're not super small. They're like medium-sized potentiometers. They're not full size, that's for sure. But
Okay, so we're going to take this plate off. And let's get our neck off. Quite a snug fit. Make sure it doesn't do anything. This is tight.
so this is a fun party trick. Hard to see with this camera, but there's actually an indentation here. Let's see if I can kind of pick it up. Hard to kind of see. Maybe if I dim the lights real quick, you can. Yeah, there you go. You can actually see it better right there. How do you get rid of that? How do you fix a dented piece of wood? Well, we're going to attempt it here. I've done it before in the past. Get a wet rag, in this case a wet paper towel, a hot soldering iron, it could be a regular iron. We're going to use the size, and we're going to just kind of roll quickly over that spot. Alright guys, we made significant progress on here. I'll show you with the lid off. You don't see it anymore. You can feel a little bit there. Either way, we're going to sand down everything so we can get a good amount of oil to get on.
A little more stubborn than I wanted it to. Now we're going to go around and cover this headstock with some tape, because we're going to actually oil up.
Alright, so the headstock is taped off. We're going to do some sanding now with 220. Now we're going to start applying some true oil mix that I did onto the neck. We're going to do several coats of this over the next couple days. So we sanded the wood down so it gets a chance to absorb in and kind of take off whatever finish was already on the guitar neck. Okay, so we're back. Here are the pickups. See they're wax potted to help keep them from being microphonic. Most pickups nowadays are just, especially when it comes to higher gain stuff. But the original Les Paul pickups are not. So this is our neck pickup. I'm trying to get that there. I'm gonna take off this plastic cover there. Ooh, still gotta clean up some of that wax. I'm gonna clean up some of that wax that's left over there. And yeah, I shouldn't have left that much on there. That's not cool. We'll clean that up, get new rings on these, and get them installed. So that's fine. We have that laid somewhere around here. Kind of a little upsetting that it has so much wax on it. These are supposed to be an Amazon top pick for affordable high gain pickups. So with that being said, it's kind of disappointing. Let's see if the bridge is just as bad. The bridge cover was already coming off it. Kind of disheartening. A little bit. It's supposed to be highly ranked. It's actually even stuck to the foam. So I made a decision yesterday to give up on those pickups. I sent a request to Amazon for a new pair. Give them another shot. Just those were in a condition that were just not suitable for what we needed. So we're gonna work on the neck. So we've been putting some True Oil mix on here. I'm gonna sand down a little bit the neck and apply a little bit more. But we've had quite a good amount of buildup on here. So we'll sand this down. And we're gonna use these red erasers to start.
I say 2000.
Putting just a little bit of metal polish on here. I think you can kind of see that there's a difference. Alright, so they're looking all pretty shiny now. I've got some fret cleaning oil and conditioner. Just gonna kind of give that a nice. Alright, moment of truth. I reordered the bridge. And that is in pristine condition. Way better. Way better. Okay. So let me see if the one that is for the neck is salvageable. So I cleaned it up a bit and put the under a blow dryer for a moment, and it cleaned up a lot. Way better. Not as good as this other one is, but you can hardly tell the details there. But I think we're good to go on that end. Previously mentioned, the fretboard is very well rolled. I don't think I feel much, if anything, on the corners here. I think it's good to go, in my opinion. Neck, I think it's as good as we're going to get it to be. And time for the moment of truth. See if we can get this tape off cleanly, and hopefully we didn't get anything really on here. Okay, now it's time to glue in our nut. It's supposed to be a graphite nut, but honestly, I feel like this is probably just plastic. Either way, it's the one that's going in. Made the choice. The other one was never really glued in. So that's what we're gonna have on this one. So I forgot to record a bit, did some soldering here. I'm honestly not sure if I'm doing this right or not, so we're about to find out. Sounds like we got some sun there. Okay. Well, let's see if that works.
Alright, now we're gonna put these rings back on. Alright, I think we got this electrical situation done. We can close this up. Next, that's going to be difficult to get on camera well. Okay. Alright. Well, just like taking it off, it wasn't easy to get it on visually. So, add on there. Get it cleaned. So it wasn't easy getting everything on screen, but we got it. It seems to be aligned now. Presenting a couple screws in, making sure everything falls back into the place where it was before.
And here it is. Finally done. Took me a couple days to do. It was a busy week, so I managed to kind of do it all pretty quickly. Even with the drum with the pickups, they're very good pickups. Again, they're 35 bucks on sale on Amazon. The guitar itself was another like 30 bucks again. And you throw in the strings and the nut, which was like, I think 2 for $7. For 80 bucks, I came out with a killer guitar. Now this neck is what shines on this thing. You can't really see how it is. It's a satin finish, but it is so smooth, so soft. It is the best neck I have on any of my guitars. This is definitely a process I'm going to repeat and probably even see if I can do better. I don't know if I can, but it's so good. I got it tuned to drop A, which is a very low tuning for basically only really hardcore metal stuff. These strings are 11s. They're not the best for this. I'm gonna probably have to change these out. I think I'm gonna put on some DR. I think they're called Black Magics. They're a black coated one, which goes with the theme on this, and they're thicker and they'll stay in tune better than what these are. These are just very floppy for this type of tuning, but it sounds so good. I mean, you can't beat this, an 80-buck guitar like this. I've been so busy the past few months. My wife had a baby a couple months ago. We have a 2-year-old, and I've been so busy at work, and it's just been very hot this summer. I've not been in the garage building guitars. I've been acquiring these cheap guitars and basically doing some mods. I'm going to probably in the near future start on building guitars again and finish some of the ones that I've already started. But the idea of some of these is I'm actually going to start giving away a couple of guitars. I have too many as it is. And when I get to 50 Instagram followers, I'm going to give away a guitar. It could be this one. I'm not sure yet. It just depends on how much I fall in love with the other guitars that I have that I'm going to be working on. It could be this one. Definitely could be a couple others. My idea is 50. When I get to 50 Instagram followers, I'm going to give away one. When I get to 50 YouTube subscribers, I'm going to give away another one. And I think we're just going to go into the process for more. I want to do a raffle in the near future to do for donation. and see if I can do something to contribute to the toy drive that we do every year. So do a couple of things like that to kind of raise some money for charity. And there's a couple of guitars I have in mind that I wanted to donate. So I'm going to try to be doing that next few months. I'm so glad you guys follow me through this, encouraging me through this, and I hope you enjoy watching this content. I'm having a blast doing this. I'm learning a lot, and it's given me a fun, cool passion for something I never thought I was going to ever have. And yeah, I'm just so happy with what the final result of this thing was. It's fun to play this type of music. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is fun to play. Thank you guys for watching.